Eddie kicking points is something I don't feel is going to continue. They're going to turn into goals sooner or later.
Eddie Betts is going to set himself. Eddie! He's got it! Eddie Betts! Oh, he's taking a hanger, has he? Listen to the Carlton fans here. They just love him.
Little champ, what a player, what a goal, what a start.
I'll back Eddie in. I think if he's getting 4 shots on goal over time, he's going to kick more goals and points.
Eddie Betts is all out the back.
Got to recover, Eddie. Puts up, goal coming up.
And has nailed it. Betts right behind him to kick it around the corner. Got that bending magnificently.
Can he wind back the clock? Yes, he can.
Oh, Eddie. And he reminds us how good he is.
Eddie takes a bow in front of the crowd.
That was a welcome
Bread
sight.
and butter, Edward.
Eddie 360.
So good to see Eddie Betts. Welcome back and welcome back.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you. Great to see you playing good footy. They were coming for you. Everyone was starting to question you, Ed.
Yeah, it was. But, I don't read anything to it. I let myself, last year, get affected by it, read a lot into it. But this year I just said, no, I'm just going to play free. I got nothing to prove. Just go out and have fun and do the little things. And, about time they went through the sticks. I think 4 points the week before, so I got some feedback from my son, and he said, make sure you put them through.
What does your son say to you when you're not kicking straight?
Well, I actually watched him play on the weekend, and he kicked 2 check sides from the boundary, and he actually came up to me and said, Dad, that's how you do it. They go through the middle of the stick. So I gave some feedback.
Good.
He's not happy with me, though, when I kick points, or when I pass it off, too.
Doesn't like you passing off?
No, he doesn't like me passing off at all. And the one feedback he said to me, he said, Dad, why do you run up and help the midfield? Just stay back in the forward line, like a Dusty, and the ball will
Or
come
a
to you."
jack. Or a jack. Just hang deep.
There's the next coaching vacancy field.
Was it good for the soul to have that sort of afternoon? You wouldn't be human if you weren't feeling it just yourself, never mind the external.
Yeah, I think as a collective, as a football club, we're kind of coming off 2 losses, so we needed to win coming up against Essendon. And we didn't play our best brand of footy on Sunday, but, yeah, it was a high-scoring game, but I'm glad we got the win, and like I said, I'm glad the balls went through the big sticks.
How important was it to get the backing of the coach? Did he let you know early that you would be playing? Did you have any moments going, I wonder whether I hold my place here?
No, not really. I don't think like that anymore. I just come in and listen, I'm happy where I am at the moment, and no matter where I'm playing, I'm just going to go out and have fun, play free, give my time to the football club and the younger players. But, yeah, I spoke to David and he said, mate, just go out and have fun. Play on instinct and, you'll kick them. And that's the conversation we had.
Do you think the criticism of the Blues over the recent couple of weeks has been fair or unfair?
Well, we haven't been playing our best, and look at the teams, Brisbane, we played some great brand of footy, but then there was a 20-minute period where they scored 5 goals.
Second quarter.
And that's the games that we lost. We're in it long enough until they get a run on for 20 minutes and they kick 5 goals. So we're working on that at the moment, and there's no better test than this week against, Bulldogs. I think they're second on the ladder.
I'm interested. So there'll be a day where you face this sort of discussion, Jack, how do you alter your own... Yes, yeah. Yes. But in your own mind where you go, OK, so how do I alter my own expectations? I used to be able to do an awful lot of this, and there's still flashes of it, and I presume it's still in you. But I'm interested in how you're going about it and how maybe you view just into a little bit into the future.
I think the way, and what Eddie said tonight, is the way to go about it. And footy's a funny game, and the more you invest in the people around you, and as older players, that tends to be the younger guys that will one day take your spot, or maybe even sort of clambering to take your spot currently, is that if you invest in them, the footy gods repay you. It comes around and you get in what you get out what you put in. So I'm stoked that Eddie sits here and he goes, I don't care where I play, but I want to invest in the youth of the Carlton Football Club. You will get repaid. So somewhere down the line, you will get a reward for what you do, and that's what the older players start to look towards. It starts to become a bit more of a legacy piece rather than me. So
it's more about playing a role within that team as well. I guess, speaking on myself, my prime's behind me. So, I've kicked, 50 and 60 goals during the season. Now it's more so just doing the team thing, chasing, tackling, helping the younger players out, giving my knowledge...
Blocking. I saw you do some blocking on the weekend.
Giving my knowledge to the younger small forwards as well, because we've got some good, young small forwards down there at the moment. So yeah, it's different at the moment. You know,
How do you pass on magic, though? I mean...
No, you can't pass that on.
You can't pass on magic. You can pass on, say, try and get their feet and try and do this, but you just can't pass on.
But, Robert, can you imagine what it's like for a young small forward at Carlton to possibly have grown up following Carlton, but Eddie's been in the game now for 17 years, and they were a 5-year-old once that watched him play AFL football, and then you get the chance to play with him. That's the magic. That's actually what it is.
Is that like you and Richo?
Well, I got to play with Richo, a Tasmanian who I'd idolised and idolised a lot of Tasmanians now for football. But this is Richo. Like, I got to stand next to Richo and actually play with Richo. Those memories. That's where kids learn. And they learn. Like, it's hard to replicate the skills of the great Eddie Betts, but you got to learn somewhere, and it just starts with that little bit of magic of actually playing with possibly your idol.
We asked David Mundy this last week. When you can't quite do what you used to be able to do, you get smarter, I presume. How do you compensate? And then how do you rationalise, I used to be able to do that, now I'll just have to do it this way?
Well, I got to a point where, you know, I started watching my own highlights and I'm like, I reckon I can still do that.
Yeah.
I think I haven't lost my speed. My speed's still there. You know, I'm not getting much of the ball, and as a small forward, you've got to try and make the most of your opportunities, I guess, and the ball's not going to come to you as a tall forward. So, you know, you get up the ground, work with another small, get to the feet. I guess, yeah, it's just the luck. You know, the ball might bobble your way.
You've always been able to keep your feet. I reckon the sign of ageing when the game's getting too quick is when older players lose their feet. They go to ground too easily or at the wrong time of the contest. Is that happening or not happening? Well, or you're conscious not to do that?
Yeah, we do go to ground, but, you know, you got to bounce back up and go again. Follow up, get up, chase the ball, tackle. I guess these days now it takes a lot more to recover. I don't know about Jack, but it takes me till the middle of the week to recover.
Friday, Jack gets right by
to go the next day. Keep telling them you can play VFL the next day. But
how are you finding the physical recovery?
I'm good. You know, I'm not a fan of ice baths, but, you know, you just got to do it, jump in there and I bought the Normatex, the big boots that they blow up and massage your feet, so I got that at home. And
can you buy them over the shop? Are they available for everyone?
They are available.
When he said buy them, I'm come on, Eddie. Let's be serious.
I actually did buy the Normatex, but yeah, you jump on that, you do the recovery. There's masseurs, physios during the week, so, you know...
You've got a good life.
Got to kick these young kids off and get the old boys on.
So are you glad you've gone on? So this was, for a few weeks there, it was unclear last year whether you were going on or not. It seemed like Carlton did want you. Are you glad you have?
Yeah, well for me, I would play as long as I can. I love playing footy, you know. I love being at a footy club, running out with my teammates, that joy of kicking goals and being out there with the fans, you know, I love it. And I would play until my body and form obviously will tell me that, you know, I won't play anymore. So, yeah, time will tell, but at the moment, I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it. I'm in a great space on and off the field, so it's exciting times.
Awesome.